Welcome to my views and news viewers. Today, on Wednesday, voting was held at Ethiopian House of People's Representatives, and MPs voted to remove TPLF from the terrorist list. TPLF has been removed, as I reported earlier in the day. Dozens of members of the parliament opposed TPLF's removal from terrorist list. Question is, from which party are these members? Are they from Prosperity Party, ruling party, or from those parties which ran as opposition parties in general election and later joined the government? We have details for you. Secondly, viewers, a top Eritrean delegation is visiting Russia. In Sochi, talks have been held between this delegation and Sergei Lavrov, Russian foreign minister led delegation. Sergei Lavrov was in Eritrea a few weeks ago, and he visited Massawa back then. What is the agenda of this top Eritrean delegation's visit of Russia? Firstly, viewers, TPLF has been removed from terrorist list. TPLF has been restored as a political party, and it was one of the provisions of Pretoria deal that when the deal was signed, we saw that it was mentioned in the deal that TPLF would be removed from terrorist list. And it was around 2 years ago when Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, and Oromo Liberation Army, OLA, were declared terrorist organizations. Voting was held at Ethiopian House of People's Representatives. Around 500 members voted. Prosperity Party is the largest party at the parliament. It has around 410 members. Other parties are small parties. Nama has 5 seats, I think. National Movement of Amharas, which is an opposition party from the Amhara region, but it is now part of the government. Balatemola leads this party. Balatemola is a federal minister of technology and science, I think. Azima party of Birhanu Naga has 4 seats, I think. Azima also ran as an opposition party in the last election, general election. Later, it joined the government. It has only 4 members, I think. Gadeo Democratic Party, Democratic Movement is another party. I think it has 2 seats, if I am not wrong. So main party is Prosperity Party, led by PM Abiy himself. When the motion for removal of TPLF from terrorist list was tabled at the parliament, Gideon Timotheus, Ethiopian Justice Minister, and Ridwan Hussein, National Security Advisor, briefed the members of parliament about the need to remove TPLF from the list. They said that it was in accordance with Pretoria deal. Then members of parliament were given opportunity to speak. Around 14 members of parliament delivered speeches at the parliament session, and Dasalan Chane from National Movement of Amharas unequivocally opposed the move to remove TPLF from this list. And we have seen a written post from Christian Tadale, another member of NAMA, National Movement of Amharas. He is a member of parliament too. He also opposed the removal of TPLF from terrorist designation. So Nama party in Amhara region, opposition party, is opposing. It opposed the removal of TPLF from terrorist list. Secondly, Brahanu Naga's Azima party, its members opposed the resolution, and Azima issued a statement an hour ago. Azima is opposing the decision made by the parliament today. Azima says that it is a mistake to remove TPLF from terrorist list. TPLF should be brought to justice for its attack on Northern Command. It should be held accountable for the misery, for the damage, for the loss which people of Ethiopia had to suffer because TPLF's adventures. And several other allegations have been leveled by Azima against TPLF. And Azima blasted out at the government for making this decision of the removal of TPLF from terrorist list. Gadeo Democratic Movement also opposed TPLF's removal from terrorist list, though these are small parties. Interestingly, some Prosperity Party members delivered speeches too, and they opposed the resolution. They opposed the removal of TPLF from this list. It means within Prosperity Party there are elements, and most of them are from the Amhara region, who are not supportive of Pretoria. By the way, if someone is opposing the removal of TPLF from terrorist list, it means he or she is opposing the implementation of Pretoria deal. Because what happened today at the parliament was implementation of Pretoria deal. Pretoria deal clearly states that interim government will be set up in Tigray. Before that, TPLF will be removed from terrorist list. So I think that Tigray-Amhara relations will deteriorate further because still animosity between Amhara and Tigray has seen no signs of any decline. Amhara parties could have received this decision with open arms. They could have welcomed the decision. They are taking a strong position, though they are not in a position to change the decision. It will lead to further bitterness between Tigray and Amhara political elite. Secondly, these parties are part of the government and they keep on accusing the government. We see it on daily basis. Azima, Nama, they grill government, they accuse government, but at the same time, these leaders like Naga, like Belate Mola, they are enjoying the perks, privileges, and benefits of being part of the government. Secondly, viewers, a top Eritrean delegation is in Russia. In Sochi, talks are being held between this delegation and a top Russian delegation. Usman Saleh, Eritrean foreign minister, is leading the delegation. Yemena Gabriel, who is advisor to President Isaias Afwerki, is part of the delegation too. By the way, Yemena is the main man. We know that. I've been sharing that in videos, in earlier videos too, that Usman Saleh is under the thumb of Yemena Gabriel, though Usman Saleh is foreign minister. Basically, it is Yemena who makes decisions. Talks were held between Eritrean delegation and Sergei Lavrov, Russian foreign minister-led delegation. Nothing has been officially made public so far that what was the agenda. It is being said that the two countries agreed on enhancement of cooperation in the areas of security, economy, industry, agriculture, etc. And Eritrean Foreign Minister Usman Saleh today in his statement lashed out at the US that the US was eyeing a unipolar world, which is a failed attempt, and that Russia was defending its sovereignty. Ukraine was being scapegoated by the West, and US, and Taiwan is also being prepared to be a scapegoat to contain China. Uh, what could be the agenda? It's not clear, though Lavrov visited Massawa when he visited Eritrea a few weeks ago. Russia is interested in building a naval base in Eritrea. Russia could use Massawa port and Massawa airport. And reportedly, Russia is modernizing, it is developing Massawa airport. Secondly, uh, Eritrea is interested in having its military trained in Russia. A few weeks ago, Eritrean ambassador to Russia said that Eritrea was interested in having its military trained in Russia. So these two issues could be under discussions. Russia-Eritrea cooperation, Russia-Eritrea ties are strengthening, partly because US and US-EU Eritrea relations remain fragile, remain tense. For decades, we have seen that. Just 2 days ago, we heard Antony Blinken accusing Ethiopian National Defense Force and Eritrean Defense Force of having committed crimes against humanity in Ethiopia. Both Eritrean and Ethiopian governments rejected the report, Human Rights Report 2020, which was read by Antony Blinken, US Secretary of State. That is why we see that Eritrea is more comfortable with Russia, with China. Important question is Russia going to build a naval base, a military base in Eritrea or not? Russia has no military base in this region. We heard that Russia was planning to establish a naval base in Sudan, but the idea could not materialize. Now, some progress is being made regarding Russian desire to establish a military base in this region. Thank you for watching.